So then, fifth chakra, resonating to the color of blue, and you've got Azurite and Lapis Lazuli. It's hard to find Azurite without malachite. That's the only bit of malachite in there. That little tiny speck. Completely different vibration, isn't it? Azurite is a stone that helps to ground the fifth chakra and bring, just like we've been doing in the meditations, bring earth energy up into the fifth chakra. Anybody in here a singer? Either taken classes or been trained professionally to sing? Yeah. But even so, where do you sing from when you want to project your voice? Yeah. Yeah. So you're not singing from here. You're bringing it up deeper in your body, and you're bringing it up, and then it's coming out here. Well, Azurite is perfect for someone who wants to be able to sustain their expression. Because if you're just doing this, and when you're talking to somebody like this, you can feel it, where it's just coming in here and then it's going out there. You can't sustain that. I tried to teach that way for some years, and I just got completely wasted. So Azurite is about bringing the energy up from the earth and then putting it with the inspiration or the information or whatever that's coming through, and then joining those together and sending it out. So yeah, I mean, in the application of singing, it just allows you to really pull that from a very deep place and send it out there without ruining your vocal cords or anything. And lapis is probably the single most important essence for gem elixir for communication, because it works with the relationship between the fifth chakra and the sixth chakra. And those two chakras are the primary chakras for receiving information from non-physical as well as physical sources. So fifth chakra's job is to take raw information, direct intuition, direct knowing, and make it practical, pragmatic, which means you can take that information and apply it to something in your life and make sense of it, or somebody else could make sense of it. So I took a lot of that when I was writing my first book, and my second book, and my third book.
So what's the difference between the two? Like if Azurite is bringing the earth energy up and combining it with divine inspiration, what's the difference between that and what you just said about Lapis?
Lapis is taking the information, helping you sort of calibrate and harmonize the sixth chakra, which is just concerned with direct knowing. If you're working with somebody, or you've had this experience yourself, somebody asks you a question, or what remedy would that be, and you say, oh, it's this. And they go, well, how do you know it? I just know. There's no question. I just know. Some of your children would, how do you know? I just know. So it's just coming into the sixth chakra. It's just direct knowing. It's, the visionary capacity. But if that is, in many cases, if it's just left at that level, you have that knowing, but what are you doing with that knowing? So then it's translating. It's like a translation program almost. It's going down to the fifth chakra, which does pragmatic intuition. This is direct intuition. This is pragmatic intuition. So it's saying, basically stepping it down in frequency to the point where you can express it, write it, speak it, put it on paper, and then other people can go, oh, I get that. This vision here, I didn't get that. That went over my head, but this I understand. So it's that ability to go back and forth. And in most cases where people have problems, it's that the sixth chakra could be really wide open and getting all this information, this direct knowing, and they bring it down into the fifth chakra and it's blocked in terms of expression. It's like, I know, but I can't find the words to express it. I can't, I know the answer to that, but I can't tell you how I got to the answer, and I can't express the answer. So we find a lot of learning disabilities are exactly that. Like these kids are paying attention, they know the answers, they're just channeling them, they don't know, they can't, go through the steps necessarily, they just know. And yet they're marked down in school. because they're not playing by the rules. And they're also like me in school. I did terribly because I couldn't talk. I didn't feel safe enough to answer questions that the teacher would ask me in front of the class. I had the answers, but I couldn't speak them. So it's just that direct 5th, 6th chakra relationship and wherever the imbalance might be. Yeah, so Francis, you know, in some people would need both of these, obviously, because you've got to have that thing happening too. Grounding it is helpful.
I mean, you know, you talked about how Azurite, because you burnt out if you didn't
Right.
before the Azurite, but working with the Lapis, do you find, you know, how did that differ? You know, like if without the Azurite, before the Azurite you felt you burnt out, but using Lapis now, is that because you've now established that grounding?
No, I would still need this. I mean, you could have this working fine, you know, like having the 5th chakra open both directions, listening and speaking. I just had the listening piece. And then you can have the 6th chakra be open or closed, you know, I'm not seeing or I am seeing. And that could be in perfect harmony, but if you don't have the grounding, and it's not even so much the grounding, it's the nurturing. If you don't have the food, the food, you know, the juice coming up, then this just burns out. Because it's high energy, it takes a lot of energy to sustain the vision and to sustain the expression of this kind of information. So this is a perfect combination for teachers. And it doesn't matter what you're teaching. You could be teaching golf